Welcome to our lesson on the blood. The key questions for today are 1. Why is blood important? 2. What are the different components of blood? 3. What function do the different components of blood have? 4. How are red blood cells adapted for carrying oxygen? 5. What does blood look like under a microscope? The key words you need to know are plasma, clotting, transport, platelets, immune response. The blood is a very important tissue in the body. It is made up of several different types of cell. The main function of the blood is to transport substances around the body. These substances include oxygen, glucose, hormones, and waste products. Task: what cellular process uses oxygen and glucose? Extension: what are the waste products? Glucose and oxygen are used in respiration. This is the process that cells carry out in order to release energy. The waste products are carbon dioxide and water. These are also carried by the blood so that they can be excreted from the body. The different components that make up blood are plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets. Task: draw a diagram or make a model of blood. The blood plasma is a straw-coloured liquid and accounts for over half of the total blood volume. This liquid allows the other components to move around the body, but also contains dissolved substances such as the products of digestion. Carbon dioxide is also dissolved into the plasma. In your model, this could be represented by any yellow or orange liquid. Red blood cells make up just under half of the volume of the blood. These cells are biconcave disc-shaped to give a large surface area for carrying oxygen. Red blood cells also have no nucleus to allow for more space to carry oxygen. Red blood cells are able to squeeze through capillaries, which enables them to take up oxygen from the lungs and deliver oxygen to the cells. Red blood cells are red in colour due to the iron containing compound hemoglobin, which temporarily binds with the oxygen molecule. In your model, these could be made out of red sweets or pieces of pipe cleaner. White blood cells are usually only a small part of the total volume of blood, around 1%. White blood cells are part of the body's immune response. This means that they fight pathogens that enter the body. There are different types of white blood cells: phagocytes and lymphocytes. Lymphocytes produce antibodies which immobilize pathogens by sticking to the antigens. Phagocytes engulf and digest pathogens. Marshmallows or pieces of material could be used in your model. Platelets are made of pieces of broken cells. Platelets play a vital role in blood clotting. Platelets plug injuries and create fibres that then cause more platelets to stick until the wound is blocked. This prevents excessive bleeding. Pieces of wool, string or cotton, or even sprinkles could represent platelets in your model. When blood clots, a protein called fibrinogen converts into fibrin, which helps to stabilize the clot and stop it breaking down. Task: some runners train at high altitude to increase the number of red blood cells in their blood. Why could this be an advantage? Red blood cells carry oxygen around the body. When exercising, the muscles need an increased amount of energy, so sometimes cannot get enough oxygen, so respire anaerobically. If an athlete has more red blood cells, this will increase the capacity of the blood to carry oxygen, so the muscles will not need to respire anaerobically, which can lead to muscle fatigue. Instead, they will have enough oxygen, so can respire aerobically. Extension. Blood can be donated to others and is given as a blood transfusion. This is very useful and can help people recover from operations or accidents. However, there are some risks involved. Can you think of any risks in receiving a blood transfusion? When people receive blood from another person, there is a risk of the person rejecting the blood and an immune response being triggered. This means a person's immune system will attack the blood cells and sometimes the person's own cells. This is because blood contains antibodies produced by the lymphocyte cells. It's important that the donor blood does not contain the antigens that the antibodies can bind to, as this would cause an immune response. Task. Why can people with AB blood type receive donor blood from all other blood types? People with AB blood type have no antibodies in their plasma.